Few men think, yet all will have opinions, hence men's opinions are superficial and confused. New opinions are always suspected, and usually opposed, without any other reason but because they are not already common. It is ambition enough to be employed as an underlaborer in clearing the ground a little, and removing some of the rubbish which lies in the way to knowledge. Personal identity depends on consciousness, not on substance. Who are we to tell anyone what they can or can't do? The end of law is not to abolish or restrain, but to preserve and enlarge freedom. What worries you masters you. Reading furnishes the mind only with materials of knowledge. It is thinking that makes what we read ours. The only defense against the world is a thorough knowledge of it. We are like chameleons, we take our hue and the color of our moral character from those who are around us. Parents wonder why the streams are bitter, when they themselves poison the fountain. Being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. Education begins the gentleman, but reading, good company, and reflection must finish him. No man's knowledge here can go beyond his experience. There is frequently more to be learned from the unexpected questions of a child than the discourses of men. To prejudge other men's notions before we have looked into them is not to show their darkness, but to put out our own eyes. All wealth is the product of labor. Reverie is when ideas float in our mind without reflection or regard of the understanding. Fortitude is the guard and support of the other virtues. Nothing is in the intellect that was not first in the senses. The most precious of all possessions is power over ourselves. It is only practice that improves our minds as well as bodies, and we must expect nothing from our understandings any farther than they are perfected by habits. Truths are not the better nor the worse for their obviousness or difficulty, but their value is to be measured by their usefulness and tendency. Liberty is not an idea belonging to volition, or preferring, but to the person having the power of doing, or forbearing to do, according as the mind shall choose or direct. Virtue is harder to be got than knowledge of the world, and, if lost in a young man, is seldom recovered. Men's actions are the best guides to their thoughts. Reason must be our last judge and guide in everything. Try all things, hold fast that which is good. Who lies for you will lie against you. All men are liable to error, and most men are, in many points, by passion or interest, under temptation to it. It is one thing to show a man that he is in error, and another to put him in possession of the truth. With books, we stand on the shoulders of giants. When we know our own strength, we shall the better know what to undertake with hopes of success.